Hey man, let me explain something to you, man. I meant to tell all of you out there a funny situation. I'm alright, really, really alright right now. But to all my children that star beings out there, let me tell you something. All of you, how can I tell you this? All your mother's boyfriends that if you ever seen in your light or individuals that are recycling, I won't say children because my children would never really be a recycling because they would just be the natural cycle of their existence because of their habitation of their reality of the rejuvenation of refinement or refreshment a certain time. But the other ones, like star beings that enter the cycle and stuff, that ends up being reconditioned a certain type of way. I'm gonna just tell you, all the people that reconditioned you and you ended up in somebody else's house and broke in. Not don't forget you broke into somebody else, my love a certain type of way that caused the end of my love a certain type of way and caused the end of the honor or respect that I had for you a certain type of way because you didn't know you wasn't educated to know how to go about your situation and may have caused me and your mother of your real purity that may want to disown you throughout a point of existence throughout all time. And all your mother's boyfriends and stuff, when you have all you star beings that had a vision or a physical reality that you're trying to recover over in light that you were getting murdered and killed and stuff, that's because your boyfriend, just like I was showing you on the television with your other ones that look like girls and shit, but they have real dicks and stuff. My other sons that look real feminine. Your mother's boyfriends that like playing peekaboo or touching your ass or kissing you or trying to be some type of they might be even hands on forceful a certain type of way because they probably raped your mother or they probably tried to rape your habitation to rape your mother and then probably plotted to murder and kill you at another time. And then on top of it, most likely every time you had some type of wild emotion in your habitation of your astrological tree, especially if you're a high entity, or high entity, humanity being, or high entity being, it that was that first wild emotion of the first wild animal or zodiac chemistry in your sexual habitation of your vitalness or your physical habitation of your physical of your outer regard or might have find like while you in space a being a star being that was more like an animalistic around you at a certain time hovering around in space around you. They would never be. I would never be like that because I'm the reason of the high manity, high or higher onity, or humanity's reason of existence, or high quantity. But I'll just tell you, just like this, if you had animalistic emotions, probably a animal that raped you, punched you in your face, a star being if he was zodiac, he probably raped you, punched you in your face because if he's outside the order of the stars and traveling in a habitation, most likely is not a person that's passing by you because if they were passing by and you were traveling, they would be at a far distance. Sometimes you may have people that want you to be farmers so they could surround you a certain type of way to murder and kill you if there were zodiac stars a certain type of way. And then you would have to know the distance. But then you have those that's real close that wants to be all buddy buddy and friendly with you at a time. Those are the ones that really raped you your habitation. They probably nutted on your face, nutted on your pelvis, just like how I seen Penny. Penny, I seen her in the woods with a guy, and it was on a porno. It was on actually online that this guy had her tied up in the woods, and he was just nutting on her leg, on the side of her crotch, on top of her crotch, and all type. And when I seen it, I was like, wow, that's plenty that look like Kelly Coco and stuff, but not the Kelly Coco from the movie with the trailer. I'm talking about the other one, the one that plays on the Big Bang Theory. And then I seen a guy nutting all over her, and she's butt naked, tied up in the forest, gagged and stuff. And then I was like, wow, But this is a real forest. This is somewhere that had real outback forests and stuff like that. When I seen it, that's the type of situation I'm speaking about, because when you have animals, that's the type of thing that happens. So most likely, if you were star beings and you were trying to get over a point of receptiveness of light, of seeing you being murdered and killed by some type of wild emotion, and then when you go check your habitation, in the stars, you might find out some of the zodiacs, since they might not be in the sky. You might end up in a social economic system where the zodiac is in your habitation, and by then you gotta watch the people that's manipulating you to eat burgers, the people that's manipulating you to eat some type of meat, because they'll probably try to rape you at a time and then manipulate your intake, because remember, they're gonna fill up your belly. If the zodiacs are raping you or murdering you, or maliciously, they're gonna fill up your belly a certain type of way. And but what you're looking for is your sacracy a certain type of way. So you would have to most likely go by your legs of your habitation at the time. So you would have to know the difference from horse riding, animal riding, sleeping on certain type of, well, anyway, star beings don't sleep on type of animal sheet, so that's out the question. But back in the days was a little different, you know what I'm saying? But now we in 2000, I'm in 2019, so I know that that doesn't happen no type of way. So you would have to go really check what happens or what tries to come between your legs or passes, or where your legs are walking a certain type of way in a natural habitation. Because if they're planning to entrap you, to rape you, and murder you, and cause the fall of the star beings, most likely they'll be going after your foundation a certain type of way. So they'll be by your legs and stuff. So you have to look at the zodiacs or individuals that did zodiac magic of their light, and see if they're around individuals' habitation of their legs at a time. If they are, then you gotta come find me to go see and view what's really around me. The individuals that was higher than like air and light, and individuals that did higher than the invisible magic, even possession spirits, because possession spirits, possession spirits can't even risk. How can I say this? Possession spirits can't even risk. Uh, uh, how can I say? Possession spirits can't risk me being a habitation where animals or zodiacs are by me, because they have to keep their habitation in order, precisely because their first manifestation in life, even according to their chemistry of their habitation, has to be the high immunity, high onity being for their physical reality of them wanting to be human, to indulge in, even in the senses, or censorship of the physical reality and emotions of equality. You have certain possession spirits that already been doing certain things such a long time, that when they're hosting an individual's physical reality, when they hear and view, they're hosting an individual's physical reality. Hear and view me. They 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 literally they literally could take the form at the time, but before any possession spirits that's new in life can't risk the chemistry, and they have to come view and make sure everything that's going on in my social habitation. Because if they ever want to have the high amenity, or high anity, or humanities, or high or high how can I say this? High quantities reality of sensation, or of refinement of the humane structure of love, they have to make sure that the chemistry around me, especially at the high point of acknowledgement, me being in the high north right now, they would have to make sure that there's no animals or zodiacs around me a certain type of way because the east. So they couldn't have like animal zodiacs, especially around their habitation for their cleanliness. And this is important because we in 2019. This is the year of the real reflection, the year of habitation. So for energies, for spiritual energies, this year is the most important year of their existence. To around 3,000, 2,000, to all the way up to all the way up to all the way up to what we in 2000, all the way up to the element year, even up to the element year. I'm not gonna tell you the year of the element, but all the way up to the element years, element jewels and stone years, because and also and after that, after those years are the years of the chemistry. So they it's gonna be a long time, my nigga. So they have to make sure that chemistry of the zodiac is never in the high north. So a person says, why do you say that? You see, zodiacs are supposed to be southern based individuals. They're not supposed to be in any north or south north habitation. They have to be in like the low southwest. All animals have to be in all southwest. Um, all animals and zodiacs have to be in a southwest. They have to be in the southwest, the southwest habitation a certain type of way, because a person says, why you say that? It's very important that they're in like southwest habitation a certain type of way. They can't be in any forms of the conscience of the north, the east, or the west. It has to be like south, southwest for all animals and zodiacs. Like certain zodiacs, like the Scorpion galaxy and those zodiacs, those are different zodiacs. They can't even go southwest. They can't even go north. They can't go really east north. They can't go north. To a point. They can't go all the way to the tip of the north, and they can't go to the northwest or the west, or I'm not gonna say the west, but they can't go to the west north. To the point of the west of the west north. So they can't do that. Like to the north, like if zodiacs were residing a certain place, they would have to be in like the low southern North Dakota, not North, South Dakota. They wouldn't be able to be here in North Dakota, depending the type of zodiac, especially if they were like ice scorpion zodiacs, then that would be a little different because the rejuvenation of one's consciousness. But or the element zodiacs a certain type of way, like the say the golden scorpions, the crystal scorpions, the jewel scorpions would be different of the habitations because of their refinement. So they would have to pass through the north a certain type of way for the quality of their habitation. They can't really go southwest neither, because it wouldn't be good if they end up southwest. That's like a drop off a certain type of way, or they can't go really southeast unless they know my habitation precisely. So if they get carried, or their reflection of their magic, or the direction of their journey carries them to the how can I say this, east south, or south, or south north, south east, and if I'm not doing nothing, and it's just me wasting my habitation, then that means they would have to go around cleansing the natural social economic habitation, because that means the people of deterioration is fucking up their quality of value and then causing their detrimental death. And this is all jewels and stones of value. So they would have to literally go check the habitation to see if there's ugly people or ignorant people in consciousness. Once if they have that, they have to cleanse. They have to deter. Well, the people of the fucked up habitation will already be the deterrents, but they would have to, like, in another form of the parallel, they would have to clean the natural habitation and get rid of those people of the fucked up quality of the physical, because those would be people wasting the value of their habitation and causing, once they're wasting your value by habitation, that's causing your death. And I'm the value of all value. So, that's like, if you got me jerking off and busting nuts and doing funny things, that's like people literally killing you. It's like using magic against you and killing you. So it's like a person wasting your physical equality just to waste your habitation, and probably because of your value of naturally. And so they're just people that just want to spend you out. So those are people that's gonna get to the vitalness of your jewel empress, that probably knows where your jewel empress is and who has the jewel, and is going to waste you away a certain type of way according to your empress. So they're killing the jewel empresses. That's literally people that's murdering or raping the jewel empresses. That's like people pay. You know how people pay for pussy in escorts? That's the first way they got rid of the 10 astrological jewel empresses. They started escorting people. All the jewel empresses of the triple crown, nine crown, element jewel stone crowns, the 10 crown, 13 crown, 30 crown empresses, the astrolog 10 astrological jewel empresses, Helen of Troy, um, all of them. That was Aid Shaylee and Liv plan to have them being escorted. Their first plan was to rape. Remember, the individuals of Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon wanted to murder Betty, and they wanted to murder Lovely at the time, and Tillery and the rest of them. I'm not gonna say the rest of their names, but and what they did, they came up with. Remember, at the time, they came up with a plan they wanted to rape and murder Dontor. So the people of Babel and Sodom and Gomorrah and to Lauren to Lauren to Laura to Lauren to Laura to what was it to Laura, because you remember Talora was one of the empresses that resembled Liv, and that's when she made the pact with Liv a certain type of way to break into people anatomy, and they were like funny people, because they used to have long noses, like their noses like it looked like witch noses and stuff, you know they were like people with we call them Tourette's syndrome. It was called Tourette syndrome, not Tourette's. It was called Tourette's syndrome. They look like Tourette, a fucked up version of Toretto, and, and they were ugly. Like, you ever seen Fast and the Furious? They were ugly like Toretto's sister and Toretto's girlfriend was. They were ugly like that, but they were the bio. I know I don't want to tell you the history of it, but Talora, and people used to end up in Talora at the time, because individual during the times of Sodom and Gomorrah and stuff like that, when they were at Talora was the deterioration of the physical reality of individuals that was fucking up the equality, because another person had to know the vibrated point. And if they ended up in other cities, you remember the cities were segregated. The cities were segregated a certain type of way, and during the times of Telura, the real Tellurian planets was of people of higher quality, but because the way it was at the time when I had the obligation a certain type of way, it you remember it was positioned a form in like a K shape. So certain things happen a certain type of way to a form of acknowledgement, because remember this was the element emperor's habitation. So certain things at a time was positioned a little different, and I did it precisely because when I obligated the situation, remember I was in space, so it was a difference at the time. So but now, the Tellurians were like, Tourette syndrome people, like people that look like fucked up rats and stuff. You got to remember what the rats, they were rats and stuff, that used to want to devalue the fairy magic and stuff, because you got to remember what happened a long time ago. A lot of people may not remember a certain type of situation, so I don't get into it and stuff. But the Tellurians were people that devalued and demoralized a lot of the social economics throughout time. So, and individuals, when they were doing their biohazard magic to deterioration in certain type of ways. Remember, they used to go to the rat, Tellurian, the rat, the rats. They used to go to the Tarats because they were the natural deterrent and demoralization of the physics of even jewels. A certain type, especially jewels a certain type of way. But I don't really want to get into it and stuff. So so if you have me jerking off and then you come to my social economic system and you happen to see animals or wild zodiacs or certain animals around me, especially dogs too. But if you happen to see that this is why a Anubis could never have high quality in life, because I don't want to speak on what he couldn't take care of, because it just shows he couldn't even take care of himself a certain type of way if that was around. So his high quality was of low standards. So they were never supposed to be in the north. The person in the north of like animal or dogmata in the north and the high points are people that's gonna kill Anubis. Those Anubis was a person, all he did was pass through a certain type of way at a point, a certain time. He didn't really come up high north a certain type of way. If Anubis came up high north, that was individuals that was gonna kill him, and then he has to be very skeptical about how he retrieves his situations before they deteriorate his reality and cause the end of his comfort, even to his sacredcy. So once you've seen wild animals going up to the north, those were individuals that was deteriorating one's consciousness, because the real nourishment doesn't go up to your conscience of animalistic vibrations and stuff. So that's something else. If you see animals in the high north, those are most likely rapes. Those are rapes or diseases and stuff, because that means it's something going to your consciousness, or the person that's using the obligation is doing the wrong type of magic in seasons of the years, and it might cause a disease to the higher empress at a point. So that would be causing the end of the calendars. That would be a person causing the end of the physical reality in the calendars and stuff. And I should know, because I was over there in New York, so I wasn't even supposed to be in New York for a long time like that. So too bad. You have people in New York that is just comfortable in New York a certain type of way because of the stupid habitation. Like when I was leaving New York, I happened to see some of my children, and what's gonna happen to them? They didn't know what I went through for the 30 something years. So what's gonna happen to them is gonna be real bad, man. When I was in when I was visiting Minot, I had actually brought back some of the love planets of how can I tell you, the eastern cupids, the eastern habitation of the cupids of sacrecy, of sacrecy a certain type of way. And I brought back a form of the love planets that was like the crowns of the chin. They're not chins. They're the higher crown of the chins, and they happen to also be connected to at certain points, because not all points, certain points of what's my son's name again? I was just speaking about not being with his mother the other day, and then I seen him the other day also. Oh, oh man, I forgot. Oh man, that's fucked up, man. I mean something's gonna happen to him. He's gonna end up dying. What's his name again? Oh, he's gonna really end up dying and stuff. Oh man, what was his name? When I came down as Zeus, he could have helped me to be the person I was, how I'm usually am, but because of his greed and shit, that's what caused it. What's his name again? Oh man. Oh, I was just speaking about him the other day. Can't remember his name. That's fucked up. They're gonna end up murdering him. I think it's his homeboy that drive the train too over here. That's gonna end up murdering him. Most likely, individuals from Transformers are gonna end up murdering him. So people, those are people that what was that? What was that shit called again? It don't even really matter to me, but I was just looking at it the other day, the form of their martial arts and their language. I just seen it on the internet. Uh, ka, kara, ka, ka, I just seen it. It was called their language of the Autobots, but the Asian language of the Autobots was sh- Shikari, Shikari. The language of the Autobots is Shikari or something like that. Yeah, Shikari. Shikari is, I'm pre-prompt chess, so I remember the language and stuff. There's another higher form of the language. It's not called Shikari also, but during the times of certain base points, as we started getting into the after the Galactic War, it was called Shikari and stuff. The language of the Autobots and stuff. It's like the Asian calligraphy, the ancient hieroglyphic is a form. It is a hieroglyphic language also. Is but it's called Shikari and stuff. On my phone and stuff. It's called Shikari, the ancient hieroglyphics of the Autobots and stuff. You can't erase this information because I'm not even remembering my other son's name. I was just thinking about him the other day and stuff. Damn, what's his name though? Oh, Hermes. There we go. Oh, I might end up saving his life. Huh? That's too bad. Oh, speaking about Shikari, the hermetic language is a certain type of way. You better be careful, man. Another person is gonna go try to find Hermes language and stuff. Hermie, you had a hermetic scroll. You had one hermetic scroll, so you gotta be careful. Don't let people find that one scroll because it might lead to other things, and they might get into your empress. Be careful. The hermetic scrolls were different scrolls of other individuals a certain type of way, but like I told you anyway, I just saved the planets of the higher crowns of Hermes the other day and stuff. I mean, these are the higher calendars. I don't want to say nothing about it. I let them see myself, but you want to see what I don't want to tell you about me in a certain type of way, but you know I'm the real king, right? Anyway, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. But another person, I happen to be a place of my wife, and I'm not going to call her, so it don't even matter. I'm gonna be here for all this time, and it's like skipping her birthday while I'm here too. I'm not even calling because the pussy I'm supposed to have is of real higher quality. Is not the certain type of pussy. So and this is actually the year of her reflection. This is the 2019. This is the year of the like real crowns a certain type of way. So I don't even give a fuck. So it's gonna be easier if just in case my sons ever turn against me, it'll be easier to murder them anyway. So it is, they did if they didn't care about me at a point, why should I care about calling their situation a certain type of way at a point? Right? So what the fuck did I get for 38 years? Headaches? Nah, I'm alright. I'm alright, man. I'm thinking about my economic equality right now. So I don't mean to say it, I'm your real dad, but if you wanted another daddy, it's good for you. Anyway, let me finish speaking while I'm speaking about, right? So we're 32 minutes in right now. So let me just be real with you. So if you have people, if you're a jewel or individuals of a jewel or individuals of ice galaxy consecration or natural habitation or elements, because we're on the element empress, if you have people of the lower quality that looks like demoralization or depressant of the physical reality, they're gonna actually cause they're gonna cause individuals. You're gonna notice in physics, it's gonna be a high call for escorts. This is how you know they're getting rid of all their higher conscience at the time. So you're gonna have a lot of escort services, strip clubs. It'll be during the times of 1990s all the way up to the 2000s. Probably they'll probably try to get it to 2030 because by then that means they're killing all the obligation. So if you have a real outbreak in a disease, it's gonna try to continue accumulating to 2030. So that means it's gonna be killing everybody of your or your real order of one's orientation and of one's solar access of your education. So or how can the telepathy anyway, I don't want to tell you, but it's gonna be killing your solar access to your education of the physical reality concerning the 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 shifting and or the orbital pull or orbital push of your planets and stuff. So I don't really want to get into it too much. Another person tried to come put hands on me because they're probably gonna say they probably heard this recording, so they probably gonna say they wanted to show a person something, but what they try to put my hands on because they wanted to know about a certain situation and they wanted to reinsure. So I'm not gonna speak about certain things concerning your habitation, but I'm gonna just tell you just like this. I have been jerking off while I've been here in the north, and then when I went outside, it started. The snow was crystally snow, so it's like it looked like jewel snow. So they know that it's like the time of the higher quality. So most likely people are cheating. They most likely they're killing the Mings right now. So that means most likely people are cheating individuals of their quality, and they most likely probably going after people in England. So out around 2013, I was supposed to go to over to England to be crowned emperor. Really, they were gonna try to crown me king, but it was really me being crowned emperor again for the habitat. You remember I told you I'm like the Pope, but I'm supposed to be like the Pope. So I have to do certain things a certain type of way to be crowned for the energy of their magic could be okay. Just the other day I was watching something on the sci-fi with England and stuff, and I spoke about it. I didn't really want to make the documentary a certain type of way, so I made it a certain type of way, but I didn't want to show too much about what was going on. And I control the magic of England naturally, so it doesn't even matter because I'm the reason of the magic and the reason of the craft. And I told you, don't let people get into your elements because those are people that'll cause the end of your reality. They'll try to portal back to a certain time, and then you're being real fucked up. So I didn't want to speak about it a certain type of way. I spoke about it in like a third eye. I use like a form of third eye to speak to individuals to hear me and spoke to them a certain type of way. They probably thought they were hearing or seeing certain things and thought, was probably wondering about their habitation. It was you wasn't seeing or hearing nothing. I was really speaking to you using a form of a third eye to show you I'm the real reason of your habitation, of your existence, of your physical reality. I'm the only one that could do it. Nobody else can do nothing like that. A person does something like that, that means you'll literally be killing or murdering the empress of the crown, and that means you literally that would mean she'll be dead. She'll literally die once something like that would happen. She would die because her energy would see and it would kill her instantly. And she wouldn't be a part of the crown. So that's like the most dangerous thing in life and stuff. Not even the children of the crown do things like that because I'm their real parent. So they wouldn't endanger their real mother and me being their real parent. That don't make no sense. So I'm just being real because that would be like a person knocking out their own consciousness and they would be stupid forever. So that would be stupid. Well, nothing would happen to me because I'll still be their real parent, but they would be getting rid of their mother and they wouldn't be able to ever use magic in any point of crown anyway. And then they would just be a stupid. They would just be habitable and stupid throughout all existence and stuff for nothing. And it's just like a waste in life. And I said that's a real zombies. That would be a real zombie after that. Well, me is a different situation. I'm really life. I can never be a zombie, but another person would be a real zombie after that. But you that person would never have their own consciousness. They would just be stupid forever. So I'm just being real. So if you see me jerking off and me being in the north, and this is the year of the crowns, so it would be the rap. It would be a rap for if you go around the social economic system, you would have to look at the houses and individuals inside the houses and stuff because or wait during the day to see the quality of the people, or you would have to be careful of demoralizing yourself at high points. You would have to literally use some type of form of technology to see what people have stationed underground a certain type of way. If they had like some type of tunnels or things certain type, because if you had star beings or zodiacs that came here, most likely they'll be living a certain type of way in tunnels or some type of it would be like, you ever seen that movie when they were raping the ice galaxy, when they were gonna kill Asians and they started using this was when they were trying to bring back the Babylonian season to kill the Triple Crown empresses, when they wanted to demoralize China. They wanted to demoralize lovely Ixa at a point, Dontor. They wanted to Tillery, Betty, Wilma, Alice, uh, Ileana, Melissa. They were going to get, the Babylonians were going to demoralize certain empresses at a certain time. So they were going to cause the end of certain empresses. It was the movie when the cave. You ever seen the cave movie? When individuals, they went camping and then they went by the caves and stuff, and then the guy, it was like some cave dwellers. It looked like it happened in California. It looked like near California, by the outer skirts of Los Angeles and Mexico and stuff. It looked like the desolate places where the reservations used to have their battles. It looks like the ditch. You ever seen the ditch out there? It looks like where they used to have the tribal wars and stuff like that. It is a place near California, because after California is like near the outer skirts of China, Japan, Korea, and then you know it goes in. You go into the mid of China, India, and then then you go further. Then it's like the United Kingdom and stuff like that. But you gotta remember, during the tectonic plate, when I shifted it, you might have LA. It might look like it's up. It might, the way I shifted the planets, it might look like upside down. So you might have LA look. LA might be looking like the position of the East, but the real position of the East is New York. You understand? The real position of the East is New York, and where I'm at. Once I start going a certain type of route, a certain type of next way, it's like the tectonic plate, I shifted it. So the land is positioned somewhere else a certain type of way at the time. So the east, the northwestern would be near me. It would be near me a certain type of way, because I'm at the point of the east. So the rotation of the planet is gonna be different. It's gonna be following each other a certain type of way. But the real base of the East is only when I'm there. It would be only when I'm in New York. Right after I leave New York, the base of the East is gonna be where I'm at. You understand? It's gonna be over here. But then when I get towards California, and say if I went towards a little past Montana towards Indiana and stuff, and then I go to California. Soon as I pass like after Montana would be like Indiana, and then put on the charger again. So part of me for individual by the head by third dairy, but I don't want to use that one because I'm not gonna stand up to speak on you because I'm relaxing right now. So January 25th, 2019 right now. So, like I said, if once I pass Montana, I would be in Indiana, and then as soon as I get to if I went to Washington, that would be like the east also still. But if I went further down, well, as I go further down, then we would really be going in the West Coast a certain type of way, because by the time the way I shifted the tectonic plates, it when I go down from Washington, like if I passed Indiana, I'll have to travel through Indiana a certain type of way. But if I was going from Washington, it would automatically shift. It would seem like a ghost road what would happen? You would be on a highway and driving and then end up somewhere else and then wonder why you're in another place or why you're somewhere else. Like you would find yourself on another highway. You would wonder what the fuck is going on. It's because the magic of this habitation is so real. This is why I told you be careful cracking consecration because the people that crack consecration can't travel. The people that's causing tar and certain things, they're gonna die traveling to other places or in other places they're gonna die anyway because they broke consecration. So when I'm shifting, you remember you don't want to cause an earthquake. That people of the natural how can I say this? People of orbiting rotation don't want to cause an earthquake. So because that means your empress would be struggling, and then you'll be snapping your empress neck because she can't go against my magic. So if you cause an earthquake, trying to shift what I do naturally because the magic is not going to acknowledge you. So if the magic sees that your empress is trying to change it without my permission, it's gonna snap her neck. So anyway, I don't want to speak about it. So you don't fuck around with mythology and magic to the higher forms. Be careful doing solar panel technology with me, man. Don't go against me when you're doing certain science, man. It won't be a good thing for you, man. I can't wait till you really get into it, man. For real. That's what I'm waiting for. So but it's just like when I travel a certain type of way, it's like shifting the planet. So it is already you'll be on like a ghost highway or it's like or it'll be like the Bermuda Triangle, but you wouldn't even be in the Bermuda Triangle. You would end up a certain next place even if you're in a plane traveling a certain type of way. The plane would have to literally go out as a way to fly past a certain air route just to go all the way around to end up to the real east coast, the real west coast. And to go to the east coast is the same thing, but if you don't know the route or what I'm speaking about to go to the east, then you'll be fucked up because I'm heading towards the east. I did some real. I'm the real Moses. I told you. I'm the real. Atlanta fucked up when I wasn't in Atlanta no more. Too bad for Atlanta. That's all I'm gonna say. Another person, why you said Atlanta? Because that I was supposed to do something for the Empress of the higher region. It was like what I was supposed to do for the Empress, or what I did for Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un started speaking about nuclear technology that he has. The only reason why is because one day I was watching my family and them, and because Kim Jong Un is my son, so my literal child, literally. So one day I was over there watching them, and then on through the television, I let them see the ancient empress. I brought her down from the sky a certain type of way, for they could acknowledge, for he could remember, and then she's so extremely pretty. She another person would want to know more about her. So to spark their interest, I brought down the Empress a certain type of way. I did it watching the History Channel also. One day I was watching the History Channel. They were up and they were dealing with the old druids habitation in somewhere in Britain, and then I brought down the higher Empress from ancient times, and then individuals traveled on a train to see what that was about. And I was watching Optimum Cable in New York when I did this. I was just watching the television and I just brought it down while individuals was in the television doing their own video. I brought it down in a certain type of way. Another person was astonished, like the way they was. Oh my God, I did it there. I did it in Australia. I did it in Indiana. I did it a couple places and stuff. I brought down the ancient emperor, not the empresses that's known a certain type of way to historical event. These are ancient empresses from even before the times of me being He-Man, the real He-Man. And I mean, these are empresses that's so powerful. They were a little bit before the times of Chronos that used to make individuals want to rape and murder when you would used to look at them and stuff. And these are my real wives. These are my wives that's with me, still always with me, and they don't even come out of me to even view me a certain type of way. They watch me another type of way, and then on top of it, they're the higher space, even of the space empress. These are empresses that's beyond fearful of the physical reality because what they can do, they could change the color of your sky for good, for a long time. You know why this happened? Because the Mayan, Aztec, and Incas fucked up when it came to me. They sent their vein to me a certain type of way that almost caused the end of their destruction a certain type of way. I brought down the empresses at a time a certain type of way for they could view what they did, and then I never called them into the realm and stuff because they had their stars are ancient stars that you'll never be able to find. So those are my other children, and they're in hidden realities, and they don't even indulge with the rest of the stars that's already in space. So these individuals, when they come around, they could collapse the stars in space instantly if they chose to because of their mother. So and I'm their real dad. So what's that telling you? So I'm just letting you know how it really was. So I boiled down these empresses, and then ever since then, you have Donald Trump that always wanted to go to Korea. Donald Trump kept on making goes to Korea, and then you started seeing all the old Korean empresses, people that was of real Korean families trying to provide evidence who they was, and they started marching, and then all the other women started marching. My empress is my wife. She would never go against me. She wanted me to go to Korea so bad that I'm not even going to Korea. Yes, I'm serious. And then when you find out who did it, it was me. And then Kim Jong Un and them, those are my real children, my literal children. And I'm not. I don't even go to Korea. My name is Ralph Lelane, R to the E. How you doing? So as I was saying and stuff, but so as I was saying, I also did in the United Kingdom. Also, I brought down the Empress over there, and the one in England. You like I told you, did you hear everything I was speaking about? I brought down a couple of them because I had to position them a certain type of way for them to realize what was going on. The Empress that I brought down in Australia, she doesn't even have nothing to do with the zodiac. She came down there and she looked around. It looked like she had diarrhea or something. It looked like she had diarrhea or something. She thought something was wrong or something. Because I had the weirdest dream after that. I was like, oh man, too bad. So I had to explain it to her like, oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah, tell your bitches keep their hands off of me. Yo, listen. Next time they do that, I'll just call my empress to come out in a spiritual realm, and she'll just whip all through them like a fucking breeze of air, and they'll all be dead and stuff. Be careful with me, man. No, I'm serious. Next time your Betty bitches try to put hands on me again. You stink ice bitches that can't even find their ice mountain where there was no more. Because now they're going there, that shit is gone. Where they was, can't even go back to their gathering no more. That shit is already gone. I moved it. Good for you, bitch. So it's just real. It's just real like that. But anyway, so Bethany and all them, they should have never did that shit with me, man. You don't ever bite the hand that made you. You stupid bitch. Because I don't know if you get into dino with your fucking your fucking stink live rape vein because it live raped you, you dumb bitch. They were trying to fuck up Jules and stealing Jules. They did the movie Heat. And they caused you're a dumb bitch if you don't know your physics. You're a stupid bitch. And if your children didn't tell you, it makes you even more of a stupid. You didn't. Matter of fact, these empresses that I called didn't even have children, so it makes you even a more of a dumb bitch. You fucking around with niggas that had real mothers and disrespected the reason of you being the mother's regard. You're a dumb hoe. Some of you are dumb bitches. Like yo, you be on your Betty. If I called Betty, she should spit on you. She shouldn't. Yo, listen. It's so real. The ancestral empresses are disconnecting from this habitation right now because they're not even speaking to you dumb bitches. The celestial empresses. Oh man, you don't even know what's going on right now. Too bad for you. You got your shows on television with your stupid hooker bitches that wanted to be around other niggas instead of being with. You don't have no idea what these dumb bitches did. You know, you could go hang out with your stink boy after that. Good for you, dumb hoe bitch. You know, you're gonna be a real loop bitch. You don't know what a loop is, but you're gonna be the real loop bitch. Oh man. It's so real. Since I spoke about that, niggas from Guadalupe already disappeared now. You dumb bitch. You go back in time with that recording and get murdered for even thinking or saying something, bitch. You know, let's just be real. You know, like niggas don't know your regimen and shit. You stupid bitch. But you know, anyway, I'm gone. Oh, your ground mounted is gone. Go check. Now, like I was saying, right? Now I'm gonna just tell you how real situation is, right? You know, since I shifted the tectonic plates of the water and stuff, you know, because y- y- I'm curing the habitation of my wife at a time for something else. Because after I go back up, I'm gonna leave this earth and I'm not returning to this earth. So, you know, I'm just doing something for one of my wives a certain type of way. At at a how can I say this? Out of honor for my own magic of myself of the reason why I made her. So you know, she'll figure out what she had to figure out for herself and stuff. Yeah, I don't got time for dumb bitches and shit. You know, so you know, it's just being real because individuals. Let me finish to explain to you. So if I jerk off, now the value of individuals devaluing you is gonna happen a certain type of way. That means they're gonna want to do escorts and certain things because people are gonna follow certain regiments of physics trying to fuck over the family. So they're gonna, you know how some people's gonna start voting and be like, oh, you do this, you make this child, and so they'll be trying to do things in secrecy. Most likely, those people are causing severian cancer. So you'll have a lot of girls that'll be out there that's gonna have severian cancer. Those are like cancers to their ovaries because the men that's having sex with them is fucking up the real chemistry of their habitation, and they're not supposed to be having sex with them on the planet, and it's out of season. And those same men that's having sex with them is gonna probably try to go back to their home planet of their purity and cause the end of those fallen stars of their consciousness of their intellect. And then you know, if a nigga's on drugs, a nigga's gonna disintegrate the reason of the consciousness. So another nigga's not even supposed. You know, hey, learn your science, learn your physics. I tried to educate you a long time ago. You know, you didn't want to know, you didn't want to hear it from your dad. You know, I'm your real dad. There's nothing new under the sun. So, good luck in your life. Good for you. Good for you. So, anyway, man. So, you know, I'm just letting you know if a person is wasting your value doing all type of funny type of situations and stuff, trying to devalue doing escorts and all type of things. Those are people that's gonna be trying to kill you. You know, As I'm speaking to you right now, there's some invisible shit that I've already handled in a certain type of way. So because this is a close comfort, is already faded out of existence and is not getting away a certain type of way. So don't worry about it, because I know my wife is looking at certain things and she's being amazed at what's going on. Don't worry about it. These are these stupid people that's getting handled and shit. So their reality is beyond stupid and shit. I handled them so much, their demoralization was already seen in the physical reality on a low frequency. So don't worry about it. So I already handled all these individuals. So I'm just gonna be real and stuff. Oh no, these are your people that knows funny physics and stuff. I was sleeping and a person thought they were gonna strike me while I slept, and I was like, oh my god. All that shit did was just to get me mad and shit. You know what I'm saying? So a man, I see spanking ain't enough a certain type of way. So I'm gonna enjoy myself a certain type of way. So and I don't mean sexually because I don't give a fuck about refining your higher conscience. This is why if you're on drugs, I'll be here and I'm supposed to be having sex, but I'm not gonna be having sex. I would just be finishing and eliminating your conscience. Just making you. It's just like knowing that you're supposed to be smart and just being stupid. Ain't that fucked up, right? So I'm gonna let you continue indulging with the people that deteriorated your conscience. So another person in life can show you your stupidity of yourself. Wow, right? Wow. Anyway, so you wanted to be a dumb hoe, huh? You're a round-the-way girl, huh? Good for you. Good for you. So funny with situations, real physics, real science. What I'm telling you, everything is factual and nothing but real evidence. For real. Check your physics. Since we're going into the future, right? So I'm just letting you know. So if I start jerking off, those are just individuals at a time that just devaluing you crowns. So all the high families of the hierarchy most likely it'd be a demoralization. Some of these animals are stupid. I tried to give them hoofs and stuff like that. Certain type of ivory oaks and oaks and certain things, but they didn't understand why they. I thought some of them would have knew it might have been more than their habitation a certain type of way because if they didn't know the reason of their habitation when it came to their zodiac, but obviously, they're crying. None of you going nowhere. I'm going to handle everybody in here now. Yo, listen, they yo, their crown. So they went against their own crown. That's gonna make them end up steak. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I was just watching Supernatural. One of them got banged with a hammer a certain type of way and shit. But that's the wild zodiac emotions. I was telling you how to watch. Go to the legs and then you're gonna see what went between your legs a certain type of way. You know? And don't let people know where your leg is at. Just you star beings. If you want to know what zodiacs are offending you in your natural celestial axis or celestial or outer celestial axis at the time, you just don't let individuals know when you position your legs a certain type of way. You're gonna have to really spread a certain type of way. Wow. There. That, ain't that funny? Listen. You know how much happened to y'all a certain type of way, and every time y'all get around certain people, y'all gonna end up falling at a certain time. It's like passing out. Some of you just want to pass out to wake up acting like you were some hero, and then you're gonna end up the real hero and shit. You also notice every time one of y'all pass out, the other one just looks like, damn, he used to be a good guy, man, but oh well. Wow. So your little boyfriends, your little girlfriend boyfriends, is running around on the plane. Remember that movie with the Bond with the little They used to say it was an angel, the little devil shit, the little devil scorpion virus and shit. That was going around, didn't know the difference from the reality. Wanted to fuck the guy, wanted to fuck the girl, and all type of shit. But he, I have sons that play peekaboo with girls, so they look just like they look real feminine, like they're a girl themselves until they get into the bedroom and stuff, and then they start talking to the girl, trying to make her a dyke, and then secretly they everyday shopping, walking around with each other, buying tight pants, and then telling them he's gay, telling them, "Oh, I'm a lesbian, I'm gay." And they're gonna start getting him into the gay life, and then the gay like the gay. Then gay, then they go fighting and every day they're humping and all type of things, looking like a real bitch, fucking up, confusing the Empress. The Empress is like, why are you on the nigga planet fucking your dad's pussy? You're stinking. You're actually stinking. Listen. If you had if you had hormones, those children are the ones stinking up your hormones. You're gonna have real foul pussy. I'm not even gonna want it. It's gonna be so real that by the time the other star being that looks like he's so handsome, he looks like he could be he looked like he is the man, but would never look like the girl a certain type of way. By the time he finds that little shit, that little shit walking around with the dick between his legs, listen. If there's never gonna be pussy, oh man, I feel sorry for, oh man, because you have no idea what a nigga's gonna do, because once he finds that, he's gonna be, this little shit is the one that complicated his life over there. Like that nigga is good. You don't even want to know. You haven't seen slavery yet. You haven't seen. That nigga. Oh man, that's gonna be the forever, my lady. D- you don't know what you seen. Whenever you up, you will come out, and you think it was a dream. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, oh my God. Yo, it's so real when I see girls together and they be acting funny. I just laugh because I know who they are. It's my children. Like, why would I care? Yo, you fucked up your. It's like the perfect moment. It's like, imagine if it was two guys at the time. It's like the perfect moment of them fucking up their mother. Like, oh wow, I'm supposed to be meeting a girl right now. These guys came here to meet the girl that I was supposed to meet. They're causing their mother and me to get a divorce. There's no excuse after I see them after that. It's just like, ah. It's just like even wanting to bring them home. You want some juice? You want something to eat? Oh my God, they're robbing their mother and me in the same time. Yo, you want some food? And they're paradigm. They're supposed to be working to make sure I get everything, and they trying to get from me. I'll just be looking at them. You want something? Go ahead. No. Go ahead, take it. Oh, good for you. Bye bye. Wow, look at that, huh? For nothing. Came over here, wasted your time. The real disease being formed right then and there. So vitally close to the mother, a certain type of way. Like, wow. Looking like the mother drying up her pussy as it goes along. This stupid nigga. Wow. And then she thinking that she got something that looks so perfect. Oh, like she making love to something. That's the shit drying up her pussy. Another person's what is not supposed to even be in the habitat is confusing her reality. It's not even supposed to be on my planet. So it's like, wow. Man. You notice back in the days, I used to have to send that to another place to go to school while I was on the real planet in a certain type of way, right? Same thing over here. It's like, wow, look at that shit. That shit. And on top of it, he can't even go to the other planet because the other ones don't even want that shit there. They notice what the shit did. So I'm like, yo, you cut too close. Well, it's because it was made to be perfect, but the shit fucked up the perfection. Instead, in the choices that some of them made after hanging out with each other, because if you have people from different nerves from different astrological trees, or the same astrological trees start hanging out, it becomes some bioorganism on a cellular level. So it killed itself and stuff. Hanging out, drinking slushy from the other one. Just that feeling on the other one's booty, trying to get the other put. it was creating a false chemistry that was having an allergic reaction to the physical. And then on top of it, it doesn't know the orders of the precise stars at the time. The stars are looking at that shit like, oh my God. It's like their mother gone wrong. It's like their mother. Once they see them, it's like their foul mother's pussy virus. It's like, oh my God, that's the inner pussy a certain next type of way, and it can't even get to the inner pussy because things like that. I had to take away my wife's secrecy from ever getting around these individuals because they were gonna cause their mother pussy to get cancer. Like it was gonna cause their mother's pussy to have cancer. Those were the type of people that would have smoked weed and blew weed smoke on their mother's pussy. Those type of individuals, literally. Stupid shit. Y'all should look at them after a while and say, yo, listen, I don't give a fuck at you. Look, what the fuck did you do to yourself, bitch? Yo, you went somebody give you a licks or something? Oh, I'm out. I should be like, wow. They keep coming back alive and wondering why they come back alive. Because I'm the real reason. I'm their real dad. I'm just looking a certain type of way. Their mother doesn't want them to go to space and shit. They don't want to get murdered. So, if they would go to space with that type of mentality that they had throughout time, they would cause their mother to get murdered. The 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 hidden fuck up that didn't do what it was supposed to do at the time. The shit that was supposed to do what it was supposed to do a certain way and then fucked up. And then their mother didn't know what to say to me no more. It was so real. One time, let me show you how real this is. Remember I told you I was in Florida one time. This guy was hanging out with these Dominican niggas, right? He took me to a gay bar. The nigga picked me up from the gas station. The nigga was like, nah, so and so. He was like, yo, man, if you go to the bar with me, man, you can't just be acting like that. You gotta be, this is a different type of scenery. This is a little gay. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, you want me to act gay and stuff? Oh, okay. Now, there's nothing new under the sun. I'm in Florida, so it's like, wow, my kids are gonna see me and they're just gonna look at this guy like, yo, this guy gonna get murdered if my father acts any funny way. Niggas is just like, I didn't even say nothing. I'm just there like, all them niggas is hanging out gay and stuff. So I was like, oh, the other nigga looking at me. My son is like, nah, he going upstairs and he's fucking murdering. Yo, he's smacking the shit out of nigga. The other niggas downstairs, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Then you got some bad bitches in the club and shit. Also niggas. And then you had a bitch. The bitch that they bring there just to fuck while other people don't even realize what's going on. Then on top of it, the nigga I'm with, my children instantly know who I am, but the nigga I'm with is trying to rob and murder and infiltrate them like there's some drug dealers. And if there was some drug dealers, another nigga was like the army trying to infiltrate them to go at it, that wanted to know the reason why international security could even be funded another type of way at a time. I looked at the situation. I said, why the fuck did I end up in Florida a certain type of. And then you want to know what happened? Ninja individual stole my luggage, and I had my original picture of me being the Buddha on the sweater, and they stole it. You heard what I just spoke about, right? International security being funded, and then they stole the Buddha sweater. I looked at them niggas. Yo, I just chilled right there. After that, I just chilled right there. Then they try to rob me for sun magic. Niggas was coming out of space like crazy, like, yo, what the fuck happened? They're like, wait a minute, some weird shit. I feel some weird connection. I'm calling niggas another type of way, like nigga, niggas took the Buddha sweater. You better come get all of this shit. I was like, you better come over here, girl. Another nigga came over there. Yo, listen, another nigga didn't even know what to do to you. Like, you want some? A nigga looked at me. I said, well done. But I was like, I was hanging out with your homegirl. Ooh, baby, you like it raw, right? Good for you, good for you. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, listen, another nigga took me to a gay bar to infiltrate them niggas because he wanted to rob the gay niggas. He was already gonna rob the Dominican nigga across the street from me. I ended up being there before he took my son's life and shit. My son had the perfect setup. That was the new house. That was gonna be son's homie's house across the street and shit. Like that nigga was gonna rob Beanie Siegel. I was just in the house. They were gonna rob the caretakers after that. Right after they robbed Beanie, they were gonna rob the caretakers. Yo, let me tell you how what happened. Right after that, after I came from them toms in Florida, I had such a serious situation with the Navy SEALs all over Flatbush and Brooklyn. Me and it, yo, my nigga, the SEALs didn't know what to do, my nigga, because I called niggas that was getting rid of the Navy SEALs and shit. They were just picking, yo, listen, them niggas had to come and ask me if I really love my children and stuff, and then I just had to say stop. Because I'm like, what? Yo, listen, the Navy SEALs, individuals wanted me to get rid of the Navy SEALs. They did a certain type of magic. Who educated international security? Me, right? So I had to call individuals because the Navy SEALs, if something like that happens, that means individuals came out of order and they did some magic that they weren't supposed to do that was causing them to react a certain type of way, and the magic was crying to me for help. Another person said, what happened? I'm supposed to refine the astrological tree, and I didn't refine it. Another person said, why? Because your military, your army niggas, and your fucking marine niggas was fucking over their astrological empress to the international regard. So they were fucking the empresses in the army. You remember the documentary I made over there while I was in Amtrak, right? Yo, have a wonderful day. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tell you.